What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Kendrick Lamar has really been gifting his fans every single year since 2015. In 2015, we got to Pimp a Butterfly. The following year, we weren't expecting an album, but we got a side project in the form of Untitled Unmastered, collecting a bunch of songs that didn't make the cut for To Pimp a Butterfly. It was a great event because these were songs that people wanted to hear. These were the ones that Kendrick was performing on live television, and it made everybody want to hear these songs, and we finally got them. In 2017, we got his latest album titled Damn. Now, we're in 2018, and nobody is expecting Kendrick Lamar to drop another album this year. It would be nice, it would be cool. Kendrick music is always welcome. But for now, it seems like we're going to go back to what he did in 2016, in that we're getting a side project. Kendrick executive produced the Black Panther soundtrack. This is a huge moment for him. A lot of eyes are on him, a lot of ears are listening to this soundtrack, getting even more excited for the movie. What's even better is that Kendrick is on most of these songs in some capacity. He's credited on about 5 of them, but he's like doing hooks on others. He's popping up for ad-libs and interludes and all kinds of things. He's all over this project. That seems like a good deal, right? Now let me highlight my favorite songs, the first being 10, written in the Roman numeral, which is X. This one features Schoolboy Q, Saudi, and 2 Chainz. Add in Kendrick Lamar, who goes uncredited but does the hook, and this is one crazy ass lineup. I'm looking at it like, damn, this is one of the best lineups on the entire soundtrack. Kendrick comes in very energetic. Are we on 10 yet? Are we on 10 yet? It's one of those records that just gets you pumped up. Then Saudi comes in for the first verse, and while he is not as gifted in the lyrics department as his co-stars, I like what he brings to the table. I think when you're on a record with Q and 2 Chainz, you don't want to necessarily try to be the best spitter on the song. You want to try to do something different. I think what Saudi does well is he has the melodic sound down. It's more of I hate to use the word vibe, but that's what's coming to mind. It's like a vibe that he has on his verse. Then Schoolboy Q comes in and he kills it. One of the best Schoolboy Q verses I've heard in a long time. How can you hate a verse where he shouts out "Go Go Gadget" like Inspector Gadget? Or when he drops a hilarious line like, "Not even Kendrick can humble me." I love Q's playful personality and able to say stuff that's funny. And then there's 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz has a line where he goes, "Candied my car and it's sweet like a cavity." Candied my car and it's sweet like a cavity. We really don't deserve 2 Chainz. My other favorite song is called Bloody Waters. This one features Ab-Soul, Anderson .Paak, and James Blake. This beat is straight out of An Island Getaway. As soon as you listen, you're transported to a nice sandy beach, clear water, sunny weather. Anderson .Paak is the host that greets you with such a sweet, smooth sounding voice. Ab-Soul is the entertainment because my God, I have not heard Ab-Soul spaz this hard in a super long time. This is up there with his best work, especially with Control System, which is my favorite Ab-Soul project. It's up there. It's very different from Control System, but it's still up there in terms of quality. Ab-Soul really showed out. Then you got James Blake at the very end coming in sounding like an angel to end the song. I love James Blake's appearances on the Black Panther soundtrack. He's only on 2 songs, but he really adds whenever he's on a record. I have 2 honorable mentions this time. The first is Paramedic, SOB/RBE featuring Kendrick Lamar, who is, again, uncredited. This is a straight West Coast sounding record. I like these guys. I am looking forward to listening to them outside of the Black Panther soundtrack. That is how good this record is to me. Kendrick is like the icing on the cake, sounds really good. He fits in with this record too. These guys are from Vallejo, California, and they have like that, that hyphy type of sound, that real energetic Bay Area sound. The other honorable mention is Pray With Me, The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar. I like The Weeknd's contribution to the soundtrack. I don't know if I'm too into Kendrick's part. I think maybe I gotta listen to it even more, because I'll be honest with you guys. Once I found my favorite songs, like the 3 songs that I just talked about, and also King's Dead, King's Dead, because it's like that 3-song stretch. You got Paramedic, you got Bloody Waters, and then you got King's Dead. That is the stretch that I focused on a lot, and then a lot of the music on the first half. And so Pray For Me, it sounds good. It sounds like a Weeknd record, and I liked it. But I will admit that I have to listen to it a little bit more to really digest what Kendrick is saying on this record, because when I really think about it, he kind of is not coming up. I'm trying to think of what he was saying on his verse, and I don't remember. I was really entranced with other parts of the soundtrack, in short. While Black Panther is an amazing soundtrack, there are a few songs on here that I didn't like. So let's talk about them in my least favorite section. The first is Ops, featuring Vince Staples and Eugen Blackrock. Anything that Vince Staples is on that has that EDM house sound to it, I'm just not into it. It's skippable to me. I'm listening to this song and I feel like it sounds out of place within the soundtrack. I get it, it could be good for the actual movie. I'm sure it'll be featured in some way because it has that feel for it. But in terms of the soundtrack, I just felt like you're getting all this hip hop and R&B, and it's all blended together. It sounds good, it's meshed well. And then Vince Staples has this record that sounds like something at a rave. Now, I would never ever diminish Vince Staples his abilities, because he is a great artist. I just feel like he's saying stuff and it's gonna go over people's heads because the beat is not necessarily what it should be. I get it though. Vince Staples is appealing to a different genre, and that makes sense. It's fine. It's cool. Get your money. But on the same end, I'm still going to talk about it and wonder why are we not getting Vince Staples on some more traditional hip-hop sounding beats? He's dropping lines like, brothers die 'cause coons turn to butterflies. And that right there is a really great line. But ultimately, I just want Vince Staples to, do more hip-hop sounding records. I know that might be asking too much, and people watching this might be like, well, let Vince do what he wants to do. I'm going to let him do what he wants to do, but I'm also going to discuss it and talk about how I'm just not a fan of it. I mean, at some point, maybe he'll wear me down and I'll be like, damn, this song is crazy. This is the most amazing thing ever. But for right now, I'm not feeling Ops. My other least favorite song is probably a controversial pick. Big Shot featuring Kendrick Lamar and Travis Scott. Let me be clear when I tell you how much I love Carlos' production on this. The wind instrument and the keys are lovely. They're amazing. I just don't like what Kendrick and Travis did on this song. I don't know what other rappers I would want to have had this beat, but I just feel like, and again, I said this is going to be controversial, Kendrick Lamar and Travis Scott, they don't really have chemistry together. I know that they're cool and they're friends and they're going on tour together, but when you look at their track record, it's not as great as you would expect. Big Shot, don't like it. Goosebumps. Now, Goosebumps is a good Travis Scott record, but it has a decent, at best, Kendrick Lamar verse. I don't think anybody really likes that song just for Kendrick's verse or for the chemistry the two have. They like it because it's a good Travis Scott song. And so ultimately, I just feel like they don't have the chemistry to keep working together in this fashion. I think Big Shot kind of solidifies that. Putting Black Panther into Kendrick Lamar's hands proved to be a very successful move. We get a lot of Kendrick throughout the Black Panther soundtrack while still giving others the shine. He's able to get some of these great verses from his peers while also putting on some new talent, people that we might not be familiar with that are up next or could be up next because they got a Kendrick Lamar cosign. I really appreciate how this is not just a bunch of songs thrown together. The transitions really connect a lot of this music together. The sequencing is so excellent. I look at it now like this was a huge success because I'm walking away not only with good music, but with the sense of wanting to listen to more of these artists. SOB, RBE, like they're the ones that I want to look at and check out next. Their song was really good. So with great music and artist discovery, what more can you ask for out of the Black Panther soundtrack? So those are my thoughts on the Black Panther soundtrack, executive produced by Kendrick Lamar. Listen to this one, and then let me know what songs you're enjoying the most. What combinations were successful? What do you think of the overall soundtrack? Where does this rank in terms of like your favorite soundtracks of all time? I think this would definitely be up there. Probably top 5, top 10. If I really sat down and thought out all the soundtracks that I've listened to in my life. Afterwards, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.